You've probably heard the word FinTech thrown around a lot, but what if it's not just about some slick new app on your phone? What if what we're really seeing is a fundamental re-architecting of finance itself? I mean, from the ground up. So let's dig in and figure out what that really means. And wow, this image, it just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old world, the traditional bank, all stone columns and physical presence, and it's morphing into what you see on the right. This fluid, digital, data-driven network. This isn't just slapping on a new coat of paint. We're talking about a foundational rebuild of the entire financial system.
Okay, so this is a huge shift. And that naturally leads to a big question. Why now? I mean, what's the big deal? Why is all of this happening right now?
Well, it turns out this isn't some random accident. This new financial architecture is being built because of a few powerful forces all coming together at the exact same time.
Think of it like a perfect storm, really. You've got these four major forces all converging. First, you've got the engine itself, just raw technological advancement. That, in turn, leads to changing user expectations. I mean, we now expect our bank to work as easily as ordering a pizza on our phone, right? Then you have the fuel, tons of funding availability pouring into these new disruptive ideas. And finally, you have government and regulatory support basically clearing the path for all this innovation to take off.
So we get why the change is happening, but what exactly is FinTech? Let's nail down a proper definition because, it's way more than just a Silicon Valley buzzword.
All right, so here's the official definition from the Financial Stability Board. Now, don't let your eyes glaze over. The key phrase here, the most important part, is new business models. This is so critical. We're not just talking about putting your old bank statement on a website. FinTech is about fundamentally rethinking the whole process from the ground up. And this is where the real magic of FinTech happens. It's right here at this powerful intersection. It's not just about the finance part, and it's not just about the tech part. The real genius is finding that sweet spot where finance, technology, and yeah, even regulation all overlap. That's how you completely reimagine a service.
Okay, so if we're going to re-architect finance, we're going to need a blueprint, right? Well, it turns out that pretty much every FinTech service you can think of can be broken down using a really simple but incredibly powerful three-layer model. And here it is. This is the blueprint. Just think of this as the architectural plan for literally any FinTech service. You've got the foundation at the bottom, the platform. Then in the middle, you have the engine room, the process. And sitting right on top is the thing you actually see and touch, the product. To make this super simple, let's stick with that house building analogy. You pour the concrete foundation, that's the platform. Then you install all the messy stuff inside the walls, the plumbing, the wiring. That's the process. And finally, you have the finished rooms you actually use. That's the product. So let's break each of these down, starting with that all-important foundation.
Okay, layer one, the platform. This is that concrete foundation we were talking about. It is the invisible, heavy-duty infrastructure that everything else is built on top of. We're talking about things like licensed banking platforms or the core payment networks that make everything work. You almost never see it, you probably don't even know it's there, but trust me, without it, the whole structure just crumbles.
All right, moving up to layer two, we have the process. So if the platform is the foundation, this is all that complicated stuff hidden inside the walls. Think of it as the house's plumbing, its electrical grid, its heating system. This is the engine room where all the heavy lifting happens. Complex workflows, crunching massive amounts of data, and AI making all these smart decisions in the background. It's what makes the house a home.
And all that hidden complexity, all that work in the walls, it all leads to layer three, the product. This is the finished house. This is the part you actually live in and experience every day. It's your mobile banking app. It's that tap to pay at the grocery store. It's the instant payment you just sent to your friend. It's the simple, elegant, and useful thing you get to use, all thanks to the complex layers underneath. So we've got this three-layer architecture, but so what? Why does this even matter to you and me? Well, it matters because this entire new blueprint is completely changing our everyday lives by taking something that used to be incredibly complex and making it shockingly simple.
And this right here, this is the aha moment. This is the magic trick of FinTech. It takes all of that incredibly complex machinery on the left, that process engine room we just looked at, and it transforms it into the super simple, intuitive experience you see on the right. It's all about hiding the complexity to give you something that just works.
And the result of that magic trick? It's a total revolution in how we think about and interact with our money. It's no longer this big, scary chore, right? Something you have to go and do at a branch. Instead, it's becoming this seamless, integrated, and honestly, a genuinely helpful part of our day-to-day digital lives.
So what do we actually get out of this revolution? What are the real benefits for us, the users? Well, it really boils down to three huge things. First, enhanced accessibility. I mean, more people can access financial services now than ever before. Second, improved engagement. These tools actually help us understand and get a better handle on our own money. And third, they're often way more cost-effective, which means more efficient and cheaper solutions for everyone.
But hold on, the story doesn't end with just a better banking app. The ultimate vision here is so much bigger. We're actually moving towards a future where finance itself becomes a platform for everything else, creating what some people are calling an Uber sector.
This is a really cool idea. FinTech is basically becoming a kind of central nervous system for the economy, this Uber sector that connects and turbocharges other huge industries. It's not just staying in its own little finance bubble anymore. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you checked out online and saw a buy now, pay later option? That's FinTech, and it's embedded right into the commerce experience. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg.
And this really gets to the core of it all. The most important thing to remember. FinTech isn't just about making finance better. No, it's about using finance as a tool, as a platform, to innovate and create amazing new things in literally every other industry you can imagine.
So as this massive re-architecting of finance continues, it's being rebuilt not just inside banks, but everywhere. It's becoming part of the very fabric of our digital world. And that leaves us with one big and pretty exciting question to think about. What gets built next?